Hello, everyone. It's your girl Asia from the One Reigns Fangirl channel. Now, I know I'm supposed to be doing my Craig video today, but I thought I'd switch things up and let y'all know that I got a new series coming out. It's going to be about Degrassi couples I can't stand or relationships they try to do that I feel like I just wasn't feeling. And I thought I might give y'all a little sneak peek and do my number one couple in that list that I really can't stand or I just don't get why y'all love them so much as a couple. I'm gonna do them today. And that couple is y'all beloved JT and Liberty. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all why I don't ship them and why I cannot stand JT and Liberty together. And why I feel like, in my honest and humble opinion, why they are toxic. Not the most toxic couple in Degrassi, but by far, they're definitely up there for some of the most toxic couples. Which there really aren't a lot, but they definitely up there. JT and Liberty. I don't get this ship. I don't get any people who ship them. I don't know why they're so beloved in the community. I'm gonna tell y'all what. I'm gonna tell y'all why people like JT and Liberty. Because JT died. That's it. Y'all love JT and Liberty's relationship because excuse me. Because JT died. Because I bet everyone felt like when he was alive, they made no sense together. Because baby, let me tell you, they didn't. That moment in season 6 at the party, Liberty's birthday, that episode showed more chemistry with them than they ever had when they were a couple. Ever. The moment she told him she was still in love with him, and everything. They had way more chemistry in that scene and in this scene when she saw him getting stabbed. They had more chemistry in those scenes than they did in their entire relationship. I just don't know. JT and Liberty's relationship, to me, what they showed us in season 5, it was just toxic. It was just toxic. They weren't incompatible. Liberty was stubborn and very controlling. There's nothing wrong with being an independent woman. But I feel like in their situation, there should be no reason why Liberty was trying to X JT out when he is the father of the baby, right? So why are you upset because he wants to go to the doctor with you? He wants you to actually go and get checkups. He actually wants you to see if the baby is healthy. He wants to make sure you eat all the right things. Yet, she wants to be a bitch and say she could do all those things herself. Why do you want to do it yourself when you have someone who wants to help you? What are you talking about? See, Liberty was just being a bitch. Like, she chased JT when they were children. I'm talking about she literally chased this nigga since they were kids. And then she finally gets with him. We don't really get to see much of their relationship. And then in season 5, we just see them at their absolute worst. They're like completely toxic. They're out of the world, not compatible. Like, they're like nothing. Like, Liberty was such a bitch in all of those episodes they were in. When she found out she was pregnant, and she was such a bitch in season 6 too. Like, she was so fucking stubborn that she didn't want to tell JT how she truly felt until her birthday. I get it. Degrassi like to test people patience. They like to test the fans' patience because we felt like, well, why did we have to finally get why did we finally get Liberty telling JT that she still loved him in the episode he's finna get killed? So it could be more emotional and for us to be like, damn, they really took away JT, knowing him and Liberty could have got back together. But it was Liberty's pride and ego and stubbornness who didn't want to tell JT she fucked up. That when she was pregnant, she should have told him. She should have been told him instead of telling him when she's like 3 months or 5 months, she said. Like, why didn't you been tell him you was pregnant? Why did you treat him like crap in the relationship? Why didn't you just tell him what was going on. Like Liberty, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Liberty and JT aren't really one of my favorite characters in Degrassi. When I think of the OGs and I think of the ones who had character development, they by far don't have any. We don't know anything about JT. We don't really know too much about Liberty. Like as far as home life, personality, and things like that, we just know Liberty likes school and JT is like the jokester who always puts smiles on his friends' faces. He was like the good guy. But it's like other than that, they didn't get like individually storylines where we could see them going through something like JT didn't get a storyline where he probably was getting bullied or this or like we didn't get to see much of that with him and Liberty. But I feel like in the pregnancy storyline with Liberty and JT, I feel like Liberty was just a complete bitch because I feel like JT did everything for her. She literally just he broke up with her because he got tired of the way she was treating him. Then in that moment, she tried to make it seem like he was wrong because he dumped her. You treat me like crap. You talk to me like I'm just a regular person on the street. You don't talk to me like you love me. You don't talk to me with any respect. You don't talk to me like we're in a relationship. You talk to me like all your other, I don't know, any of these motherfuckers who work for you since you're the vice president. Stop talking to me like I'm a regular ass person on the street. That shit stops now. Fuck all of that. You got me all the way fucked up. If I was in a relationship and they talked to me the way Liberty did, off top, I would not be disrespected. So I will walk away because I'm disrespected. Fuck all that. You're going to respect me in a relationship. You're going to respect me. If I treat you right, make sure you always good. I never disrespect you. Why the fuck do you feel like it's okay for you to talk to me like I'm a kid and not your motherfucking equal? This is not a partnership. We're not in a business where you're the boss and I'm your employee. No, bitch. So cut it the fuck out. She literally talked to JT like he was a kid. She tried to control him like he was a child. And all of that was just annoying. And you know, JT being JT, he let the shit lie. He let the shit slide up until when he was just like, fucking, I'm not doing this shit no more. You're not gonna keep talking to me any kind of way. Like he said, I'll be there for my baby, but as far as me and you being a couple, that shit is done. You feel me? And even after that, she still didn't want him to be involved in anything. She talked about she'd go to the doctors herself. Girl, let him come to the doctors with you. Let him come to the doctors. It is his child too. And then I feel like, okay, all right, now follow me. When JT started working at the pharmacy, right? And he started, stealing the oxycodone so he could get the money to pay for the first and last month's rent. Because Liberty just told her parents she was pregnant, but her mother and father said they're okay with her being pregnant. She'll carry the baby to term. They'll help her take care of the baby, but she can't be with JT. JT can't be involved in the child's life, right? She wasn't fucking with it. Neither will I, because if you think about it, it doesn't make no sense. Because eventually her parents are going to be like, why isn't the father more involved? Well, y'all forgot. Y'all X'd him the fuck out. Y'all told him to not come around. Eventually her parents are going to be like, why isn't JT involved? You feel me? So Liberty moved out because she wanted JT to be involved. Her moving out and moving in with JT mean he had to go to school, work, make money to keep up with the bills. She's in school, she's pregnant, she can't work because of stress. So one of them has to work, and he worked. She had no idea the pressure he was under. They're like 16, 17, about to be parents. Like, they really showed the pressure. When the school counselor asked them if they want to give the baby up for adoption, Liberty should have just said yes. JT said yes, Liberty said no. But then she wanted to change her mind after he almost OD'd on oxycodone. Like, girl, all of that, everything JT did really could have been avoided if Liberty would have just agreed to giving the baby up for adoption. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Yet, her stubbornness and her pride is the reason why they didn't give the baby up or agreed to give the baby up right then and there. Because had she just agreed to give the baby up, JT wouldn't have to work. He wouldn't have to steal oxy from his pharmacy job to get first and last month's rent for an apartment that they didn't even move in yet. Literally. So, JT having all this pressure on him made him make some bad decisions. You feel me? But I feel like Liberty is the blame for all of that, because had she just agreed to give the baby up for adoption, everything I just said really could have been avoided. All of it could have been avoided. Everything could have been avoided. Just JT and Liberty were just toxic together. Like, they just weren't compatible. Like, they always argue. They could never agree on the same thing. They never were on the same page when it came to anything. And then after my man almost OD, she literally just X'd this nigga out of her life. Like, she didn't even tell him she was, like, I know, yes, she did. I was going to say she didn't even tell him. She did tell JT that she was agreeing to give the baby up for adoption in the hospital. But she didn't allow JT to see the baby before she gave the baby away to the adoption agency. Like, she did it. So when JT was like, I didn't even get a chance to hold him, I didn't even get a chance to see him, he didn't get a chance to see his child at all after she gave birth. Like, she just gave the nigga up as if he didn't have a right to hold him. You feel me? I wish they would have done something where JT and Liberty could have seen the kid or had an open adoption or something like that, because I feel like for them to do one episode of Liberty feeling guilty, or, you know, having I forgot what they call it, but feeling guilty for giving the baby up because she feel like she abandoned it. Where the fuck is JT at? Why didn't he get anything about how he feel about the situation? It was his baby too, so why didn't we get to see his point of view? You know, it's just, I just feel like JT and Liberty made no sense, and I feel like that storyline specifically showed they made no sense. I mean, they just didn't. I just didn't get them. I don't get why people feel like they should have been in game. I don't get why people put them in the OG relationships of Degrassi. I just don't get them. They don't make sense to me. I don't understand them. I think Liberty is a toxic person. I think because she was so toxic, it brought out the worst in JT, and I just feel like that's not a good thing. Anyone who's bad or got bad energy, if you're dating them and they bring out the worst in you, why be with that person? I just don't get it. Like, fuck all of that. Like, fuck everything. I'm not going to be with anyone who wants to bring out the worst in me instead of bringing out the best in me. It's just stupid. And I feel like with her and JT, it was always bringing out the worst. Like, she always wanted to fight. And it's just like, about what? Like, oh, because JT, you're immature and this and that and other shit. But it's like, girl, like JT said, immature, I tell jokes, all that shit, all that stuff is what made you fall in love with me to begin with. Now that you're pregnant or hormonal, all of a sudden those are things you hate about me. Girl, that don't even make sense. What you're saying don't make sense. What she's saying is just retarded. Like, you just sound stupid. So I just feel like, in my opinion, I feel like JT and Liberty are toxic. I don't think they make sense. I'm not sure why people ship them. I don't really get it. I mean, Liberty chased him. JT didn't even really want her in the beginning. JT was going after girls like Paige. Girls he know would never really, he would never have a chance with. You know what? Actually, I was actually just watching season 3 for Degrassi. I feel like I'm not mad with JT and Paige. They did a friendship because after she was sexually assaulted, he was there for her. And he was about to fuck Dean up because when she told him. But I feel like how he catered to Paige and how he was there for her, it was given boyfriend material. But I feel like because Spinner was jealous that JT was always around Paige, they didn't let JT didn't get his chance. Like, he wasn't able to get his chance. I'm not saying, oh, JT and Paige might have been cute or anything, but actually, they probably would have been. Because, like I'm saying, I would have been down to see what they could have been before they did Paige and Spinner. But they were doing, Spinner caught feelings for Paige in season 2, so it's like, we finna put that on a back burner just to do a relationship that nobody wants to see. Like, you feel me? But I would have been mad at if they would have did JT and Paige and wanted to do like a love triangle, because JT had a tendency of going after girls that I think wasn't right for him in a way, like Paige and Manny. I don't think Liberty was a perfect fit for him either. I think Manny wasn't either. I think Paige, at the moment, after everything she was going through, I think she would have been cool for JT. Like I said, I wouldn't have been mad if Paige and JT became something. I wouldn't have been mad. But as far as JT and Liberty go, I don't ship them. I don't get them. I think they're toxic. I think they're not compatible. I feel like if JT didn't die and him and Liberty wanted to try it again, I don't think they would have lasted. I just don't. And that's just my opinion. I don't give a fuck who feels offended. Be offended. Please don't be offended. I really don't care. These are my opinions. You can agree to disagree. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I said what I said, and that's all for this video. See y'all next time. This is just a sneak peek for my upcoming series. I will be posting the next videos for this series once I get all my Degrassi, after I get all of my other Degrassi videos up and out of the way. Up until next time, have a good day. Talk to y'all later.